Hi, I'm Marc Emery, the Prince of Pot, and I'm here on Fridae TV.
Okay, why do you call yourself the Prince of Pot?
Well, actually, I don't. I did that so your audience can easily identify me. Normally, I'd say I'm Marc Emery, and I'm an activist that wants to see marijuana legalized. And I've been at it for 20 years in this country, and I've been arrested 26 times for marijuana civil disobedience, and I've been jailed on 20 occasions for marijuana civil disobedience. I've even been raided 6 times and had $1 million of my assets taken by police over the many years that I've been an activist. And let me tell you, we are on the threshold of great things. I think marijuana is going to be legal by the end of this year in California, and then it's going to be too late to stop the dominoes from falling.
Yes, it is. Why do you feel it's important to take this upon yourself?
Well, I was a political activist all throughout the 1980s here in Ontario. I'm from London, Ontario, and I used to come to Toronto, this region, all the time, trying to undo taxes, and I challenged the obscenity laws. I went to jail for the Sunday shopping laws. But in 1990, I ended up taking on a challenge to make marijuana magazines and books legal. The government had actually banned books and magazines about marijuana in 1987, and I thought that was shocking and outrageous because I couldn't get a book called The Emperor Wears No Clothes by Jack Herrera. They'd banned it, and I thought that's bizarre. So I undertook that campaign, and in 1995, a fellow named Umberto Arafida and Alan Young, a lawyer, and myself got that law overturned. And ever since then, I've looked, and there's 250,000 people in jail for marijuana at any given time on planet Earth in all the different countries. 70,000 in the U.S., a couple thousand in Canada. So there is a human rights violation on a huge proportion and scale going on in this world right now, that people are being put in jail for marijuana, 250,000 of them, endlessly, is absurd and cruel. And that thought, that's my what a wonderful career it would be to represent those people and to try and undo this terrible thing.
So you're taking all this upon yourself?
Well, I'm not taking it all upon myself. You look around, there are many
it's true.
activists.
There's so many people. Over 40,000.
You've got a police perimeter here, so something unusual has happened, unfortunately, is that a young person fell out of a tree and didn't kill himself, but came close out of that tree there.
That's not cool.
That's why it's been cordoned off for the ambulance to come and get them.
Okay then.
It's just one person, but it's a very tall fall, and I'm sure they had broken bones and face, and so that's a tragedy that someone would do that. I quickly scanned all the other trees to make sure no one was in trees. These are very, very tall trees, and it has been raining, so they are slippery. And it's put a little bit of a damper on the festival, although I'm glad to see people trying to carry on, but there's a huge police perimeter going on that normally wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, normally wouldn't.
Although it's good to see people smoking pot and police side by side, and the police aren't at all concerned about the pot. They're more addressing an issue of public safety. Because 40,000 people are here today. This is without question the largest global marijuana march festival crowd going on in the world today.
It is.
And it's huge, and the weather has turned spectacular.
It is. It's so sunny now.
Yeah.
It's so
I'm getting a sunburn here. That's I wouldn't have thought that at noon.
Exactly. Wouldn't have happened.
So Canada's seeking to extradite me to the United States to serve a 5-year sentence, and that decision has to be made in the next 10 days. Many Canadians have told him not to do that, and I await the Justice Minister's decision, but we'll see if I'm here in 10 days or sent to the United States. And
but you're Canadian, how can they do that?
Well, and I never went to the United States, so I sold seeds from Vancouver.
Oh,
but the original charges, which they were asking basically a very high stiff sentence, mandatory minimums, and possibly life. And they were saying that I was conspiring to manufacture and distribute marijuana, and that my money I gave away, it was laundered money.
Why do you think the governments won't legalize it though?
Well, because the thing that governments fear the most are journalists and critical questioning citizens, because both are in the pursuit of the truth. Both the journalists are trying to uncover the facts, the truth, what's really going on. The questioning citizen wants to know why politics, why government, why this arbitrary rule of your law over our bodies, over our minds, right? And so the first thing that happens when you smoke marijuana when you're very young, let's say in grade 8 or 9, typically is when people first start smoking marijuana. When you smoke marijuana, you begin to realize the veil of hypocrisy around the world has been pulled aside, and now you can see things as they really are. And you realize your parents are full of shit, and your teachers are full of shit, and the priest is full of shit, and the politician is out to get you, and the policeman wants to jail you, right?
But people might say that you're just paranoid because of your smoking all that weed.
No. All your authority figures are paper tigers. They don't have a right to rule you, okay? And they ask unquestioned obedience. The policeman wants you to obey unquestioningly. The priest wants wants you to believe in God unquestionably, and so does the politician, a teacher, and a parent, as though their authority is natural and arbitrary, automatic. But the pot person questions all authority, and so we become a great danger to governments, and that's why governments all have laws against the marijuana people, because we represent a threat to their kind of one rule, one book dogma, Christian rule, this Islamic rule, political rule. The book of the law is a one book thing. All the answers in one book? I don't think so. That's just not true in the real world, right? And there are many unjust laws on the book. So I decided I would take this one on, and because I saw that there was no greater oppression than this. And the DEA. See, what I did is I raised money by selling seeds, and I raised lots of money, and I gave away $4.5 million from 1995 to 2005 to all these activist groups, right? And that's what spawned this incredible movement, right? And so it's really taken off beyond my wildest dreams. But the DEA is very upset, and so is the U.S. Justice Department. So that's why they are persisting. And they called me the #1 drug kingpin in all of Canada.
Oh my God,
that's
that's
top 50
so funny.
most wanted in the world. It's crazy, right? And all I did was sell seeds out of an office in Vancouver.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything you want to promote?
No, go to cannabisculture.com and check out on the 75 things you can do to help Marc Emery. Even if I don't go to jail, I can use your help right now to keep me from going to jail. If I go to jail, I want you to get me back, and I give you all that information at freemark.ca, noextradition.net, or cannabisculture.com.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
Peace
welcome.
out.